Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here. So, it's time for the next episode of Movie That Didn't Need a Sequel. And today, guys, and this time I'm going to be covering once again another comedy movie. And this is sort of like a superhero comedy movie in a way. And this is based on a character published by Dark Horse Comics, guys. And this is for one of my favourite roles of all time from Jim Carrey, one of her comedians of all time. And this is a movie which, in my opinion, only worked best as a standalone movie. And that, of course, will have to be, 1994's The Mask. So, yeah, in my opinion, guys, this movie only worked best as a standalone movie. So, when it comes to what I think of this film, I love The Mask. It's one of my favourite comedy movies of all time, one of my favourite superhero comedies in general. Yeah, it's a really amazing, hilarious movie, in my opinion. Really is. Jim Carrey is absolutely amazing as the title character of The Mask or Stanley Ipkiss. The film debuts with Cameron Diaz as well, and she's also great in this movie as well as her character as well, and as Tina, and the film has really great concepts that work really well, and it's also a very funny movie from start to finish, which has me laughing so much because of how funny it is throughout the whole movie. It's absolutely hilarious from start to finish, and it has very amazing CGI as well for its time as well, and because this was from the 90s, guys, and the CGI definitely aged really well for its time. Because they definitely did a very great job with it, in my opinion. They really did for this film. They did a great job with it. And the characters are all likeable characters and unforgettable as well. And yeah, and the film also has a nice ending, which is very satisfying, which wraps up the story very well. Yeah, very happy ending right there. Because, yeah, it just ends so well, in my opinion. There's no sequel setups whatsoever at all. Because, yeah, the ending, of course, goes like this, guys. So, Tina, of course, tricks Tyrell, the mafia officer, into taking off a mask, which was recovered and put on by Milo, who battles his way through Tyrell's henchmen as Stanley and Tyrell fight against each other. After getting the mask, Stanley uses it to save Tina by disposing of a bomb seconds before it detonates, and then defeats Tyrell by sending him down the drain of the club's ornamental fountain. The police arrive and arrest Tyrell's henchmen. Kellaway attempts to arrest Stanley again, but Tilton intervenes, telling Kellaway and the police that Tyrell was a mask all along as a way of releasing Stanley. After Stanley and his allies leave, Tilton informs Kellaway that he needs to have a serious meeting with him in the morning. The following day, Stanley, now exonerated and not wanting to encounter the police again, decides to dispose of a mask of a harbour, and he informs Tina that he will henceforth just be himself. She discards it before sharing a kiss with Stanley, who exclaims the mask catchphrase, which is smoking. And during this, Charlie tries to retrieve a mask for himself, only for Milo to swim away with it. So yeah, and that was definitely a very nice way to wrap up the story. It really was. So as far as I'm concerned, guys, but The Mask, in my opinion, is only one movie alone. It perfectly wraps up the story very well of someone who started out as a zero to a hero, as the text here, of course, says. So yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, guys, there's only one Mask movie. But however, guys, sadly, this was very unfortunately deemed not to be, because 11 years way too late, guys. It was then decided that a sequel to this film will be released. So just why would you even think about doing that? Just why? Because this film did not need any at all. It perfectly closed the story very well at the end. There was no need for continuation whatsoever. So when it comes to Jim Carrey, guys, right, he has been known for very rarely coming back to do sequels. And because I believe he had a bad time working on the sequel to Ace Ventura, was it, I think? So I can understand how he feels. Although he has been known to come up with some sequels, like, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which in my opinion was a great sequel, better than the original Sonic movie, in my opinion. And then, of course, for the Dumb and Dumber sequel, which I, however, did not like, I thought it was terrible, and I covered it in this series and I ranted about it. When it comes to The Mask, however, guys, he thankfully dodged a bullet by not returning for the sequel to The Mask, and he did the right thing because what came after the first movie would have undoubtedly ruined Stanley Ipkiss. And the sequel that came out was, of course, none other than 2005's Son of a Mask. Oh my goodness. Like, this was, right, I watched the film, you know, earlier this week, guys, in preparation for this video, right, you know, because after I watched this movie on Netflix, I then got it on Blu-ray, because I loved it. I thought I'd give it a rewatch, and yeah, it's a blast to rewatch. And I also, as well, saw that the sequel was also available to stream one day, so I gave it a watch, and oh my goodness, right, Son of a Mask is one of the worst sequels I've ever seen in my life, right? I am not kidding, right? Absolutely abominable, was not needed whatsoever. And, like, this is also an example, guys, right? So here is why this is the crappiest piece of crap in Craptown, right? What it is, right? So, like, honestly, right, if you were to ask me if there's anything good about this sequel to A Mask, I'm going to very simply say that there is nothing good about it, in my opinion. Yeah, there's literally nothing good about it. Like, guys, what's good about it? What is good about Son of a Mask? I really don't know. I have no idea what's good about it, because in my opinion, there's nothing good about it. Like, what this film does, guys, right, so it was not needed, and it has a poor grasp of the first movie with loads of plot holes. For example, the mask is being worn during the day when it only works at night, which is so stupid. And it also misses the point of the original movie, which was to do with the concept of a mask as a socially acceptable face that people wear over their true self. By putting on Loki's mask, you take off your own. And this is basically replaced with nothing at all. So yeah, well done. And it also contradicts the law of the franchise, because in the original comic books and one of the lead scenes from the first movie, it's implied that Odin punished Loki, took his powers and put him inside a mask. But here it's revealed that Loki created a mask himself to cause mischief, so like... And also, the characters in this movie, guys, are so unlikable. Like, I could not stand any of the characters or care about them at all. Like, the worst offender for me was probably the main character, Tim Avery, because, right, like, his character was just so cringy and, like, just extremely annoying from start to finish, and, like, he was such a whiny, and nowhere near as funny as Stanley Ipkiss at all. No way. Like, goodness me. Yeah, I can't believe this at all, and the film also has really unfunny humour, because, like, when I watched the sequel, guys, right, I did not laugh at all. I did not laugh in the slightest at all. Because the humour in this, or so-called humour, because in my opinion it was not even humour, because in my opinion I didn't find it funny, like, the humour they had in this was just pure cringe and, like, just absolute torture to watch. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was absolutely horrendous, and what's also stupid is it has way too many inappropriate jokes as well, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, the first film had jokes, but they executed it perfectly, whereas this sequel did not at all. Oh my goodness. Like, this, and also the CGI as well, compared to this film, which has amazing CGI for its time, the sequel for 2005 movie, yeah, 2005 film, guys, has absolutely atrocious CGI, which is just painful to look at. Like, what the hell happened to the CGI? I really don't know. Like, the CGI was just absolutely, you know, nightmare fuel to watch, because it was just done terribly. Goodness me. And, like, I have no idea, like, what the hell this film was trying to be at all. Like, what was this film, guys? Like, what the hell was this sequel supposed to be? And there's even loads of inappropriate scenes too, which could probably be on the same level as Seed of Chucky. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's literally some scenes in this which are way too similar to Seed of Chucky. Like, goodness me, like, I'm not going to say what it is because it's inappropriate, but if you guys watch the film, you'll understand what I mean. If you watch both Seed of Chucky and then this movie, you'll understand what I mean. Like, yeah, because this movie, guys, is just, you know, pure torture. And like I said, guys, there's literally nothing good about it. And the pacing is also dreadful as well. And, you know, drags on way too long. Like, the film is 94 minutes, guys, right? 94. And while the first movie is 101 minutes, and the sequel feels longer than the first movie, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what this film was trying to be. All I know is it was just absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Like, oh my goodness, it was just absolutely atrocious from start to finish. Like, nothing good about it, in my opinion, guys. Like, because compared to this film, guys, which I give a 4 10 out of 10 to one of my favourite comedy films of all time, one of my favourite Jim Carrey roles of all time, I gave the sequel an absolutely abominable 0 out of 10, maybe even below that if I could. Yeah, if I could give it below 0 out of 10 because it was trash in my opinion. So yeah, screw this movie all the way. It was just absolute garbage in my opinion. Yeah, literally nothing good about it in my opinion. Just absolute garbage in my opinion. Yeah. Like, there's literally nothing good about it, you know, characters that I don't care about, awful CGI, a very bad story as well. Scenes which aren't even appropriate for what's supposed to be a family-friendly movie. The jokes are just, you know, not even funny either. Like, cause like I said, guys, I did not laugh watching it at all. So, as far as I'm concerned, guys, there is only one Mask movie. Just this one alone, The Mask. And I like to give that away, so whenever I do rewatches, guys, I'm only going to rewatch this film, and that's it. When it comes to the abominable sequel, I'm never going to own it, guys. I'll only rent it on Sky to rewatch for its upcoming trash talk, which I'll definitely give in the future. Because, yeah, I will one day post a positive review for this film, absolutely, one day in the future. As for the sequel, it's going to get an absolutely, you know, a really big trash talk, you know, a very big epic rant, if you will. Because, yeah, the sequel, in my opinion, is garbage, and if you guys wanted to rely on me to watch it so you didn't have to, well, all I can say to you guys is then please stay away from Son of a Mask for your own sake. Just watch the original because the sequel is just going to break your heart. Like, it's an absolutely terrible sequel in my opinion. Yeah, just something that must be avoided in no matter the cost because it's just absolutely abominable from start to finish. So, yeah. Thankfully, I didn't waste money on it because it was on streaming. So, yeah. Thank goodness for that. But yeah, this one, however, in my opinion, was definitely worth, you know, getting on Blu-ray. And yeah, there's no way I'm going to buy a sequel. So guys, this was me doing the next episode of Movie Didn't Need a Sequel. And today, guys, I was saying why, in my opinion, The Mask from 1994 did not need a sequel. So you know, drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, leave all comments what you guys think of The Mask. Do you need a sequel or not? Also, be sure to join the team by pressing subscribe for this coming in the future. If you'd like to be a member, you can go to Piece Lads or you can description, and I'll see you all later.